retailers are having to significantly discount merchandise within their four walls or online. And retailers in reports to analysts and in quarterly earnings reports are not happy. They're singing the blues that there could be some red ink coming at many retailers because Americans are so into experiences right now that we're not shopping like we used to. I mean, one retailer after another is falling all over itself, laying off people. Amazon laying off more people than anybody else, closing facilities all over the world. I mean, they had ramped up at an unprecedented rate. There's never been anything in retail like what Amazon did ramping up during the pandemic. And now there's a hangover from it. And this is true retailer after retailer after retailer. Even if the pandemic was a neutral event for them, a positive event, or a negative event, the post-pandemic conditions are really rough for retailers. So what's that mean for you? It means discounts, discounts, discounts. Retailers are having to do so much to try to lure people in and get people to buy. And so every form of discounting you can think of is going on. Special promotions if you go in and shop on a particular day, or all items purchased today get you this much off. Items being discounted more than they've been in the last 4 years. I mean, we are in a trend cycle with most retail that is extremely favorable to you as a consumer if you can afford to spend. And that's the if that, I always have to be careful when I say bargains, bargains, bargains. But if your wallet is really stretched, if you're wheezing financially, ignore all that. But what it does mean, there are necessities you have to buy anyway. And many of the necessities you have to buy are now available at better and better prices. I look at what's going on with the supermarkets as an example where inflation, some of you got to eat. And inflation was so brutal in the supermarket aisles. And now more and more and more deals at supermarkets every time you walk in, which has not been the recent experience. But anything discretionary, anything you buy at a general retailer, Costco just reported bad numbers. Home Depot reported bad numbers. These are two retailers that have been going great guns, and they're experiencing the slowdown. Clothing retailers across all clothing lines, they're having a really rough time. By the way, oddly, the only retailers that are still doing really well are some of the ultra high-end retailers, the boutique-y kind of things that sell very, very, very expensive stuff, that a single item exceeds my entire closet of clothing. That doesn't say much, does it, Krista?
You're pretty thrifty with your clothing prices, for sure.
Yeah. My wife has begged me our entire 28 years together to allow her to do the wardrobe shopping for me. And that's been a big no.
You should at least give her a few outfits, I would think. She has bought you a few things. You talked about that.
She has incredible fashion sense.
Flawless taste, yeah, for sure.
But, clothing's not important to me. Well, I wear clothing, but I mean, the clothing I wear is not important.
This would be an entirely different show if that were the case. Oh, God.
Yeah, nobody needs to even think about that image. Anyway, I just am not somebody who values clothing, and I certainly don't spend a lot of money on it, which is obviously clear. And if you're watching the video version of the podcast, you know how true that is. I'm wearing a $6.91 shirt $6 shorts, $1.11 for my socks.
How about your sneakers?
My sneakers. So I bought these. I buy these on eBay or Amazon. These are Sauconys. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I buy a style that was not desired, but in the running stores have so many different types. Mm-hmm. So I wear a Saucony that's in a color that nobody wants.
Oh, I think it's very nice. So how much did those cost?
So these were, those of you who watch the video version of the podcast.
He's holding up his shoe.
This is my shoe. Those of you who listen, audio only. What you're seeing is you're seeing a very bland, is that navy blue
It's navy
shoe?
with a little bit of red accent.
Thank you.
Navy and little silver. It's very nice looking.
Really?
Yeah. How much was that one?
These were $39.
Okay.
But
So
this particular, which is the grid, I forgot what, if you just went to buy this shoe and you picked out a particular color, my shoe's probably pretty stinky. You probably don't
No, I was
hold
just
it that
looking at your
close to you.
inserts. Okay.
So anyway, now I can't get my shoe back on.
So this outfit is known as
the Clarkiform.
I named it that a long time ago.
Oh, you claim credit for Clarkiform?
I do claim credit for Clarkiform.
Okay, I'll give you credit.